Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
She is a beauty influencer from New York City who commands attention.
He is a lawyer born and raised in Florida who lays down the law.
And together they are The Lady and the Law. Here are your hosts of The Lady and the Law, Cindy Grossman and Mitchell Goldman.
Hello, how are you today, Cindy?
Doing well, thank you.
And Jesse, you doing well, I hope?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking.
Well, Jesse, I don't want you to think badly of me, but today we really are having a guest that lays down the law.
Right.
And don't be afraid of him. He's retired now.
Okay.
But we have Judge David Dugan, who is a real live judge in Brevard County. He was a circuit judge in Brevard County. I hope you never met him or had reason to meet him. So it seems that way. So I think we're okay. So no conflicts here. But it's my pleasure to introduce David. I've known him since 1984 when I came to practice in Brevard County. Before I met David, he graduated Stetson Law School in 1978. And after graduation for a period of time, 3 years, he served in as a JAG officer in the Army. Now, he assured me, David, was it like on TV, similar to that kind of experience, the show on TV, JAG?
I happen to not watch that show.
You're good men.
But I spent my JAG time as a lawyer in Germany. So doing criminal defense of soldiers that got into trouble. So it was a fantastic time and a great courtroom experience.
And then after he served as a captain in the Army, as a JAG officer, he came to Brevard County and practiced as a civil attorney from 1981 through 1998. And then in 1998, he ran and was elected to serve as judge, as a circuit judge, and we'll talk about what it means to be a circuit judge in Brevard County. A lot of time David spent with honor flights. That's been a passion of his. And in 2001, he was awarded he received an award from Governor Bush for outstanding accomplishments and contributions in protecting the public and preventing domestic violence. So, and after 1998 through the end of 2002, David served as circuit judge in Brevard County. We were very fortunate to have him. He was a very fine judge. And tell us what it means to be a circuit judge. What kind of cases you hear?
Sir, the trial judges are county court judges and circuit judges. Circuit judges do the bigger civil cases, the felony criminal cases, probate. Our circuit is Brevard and Seminole counties, so we serve in both counties doing that. I probably spent about 15 years of my 24 years doing felony cases, and then a lot of civil work as well, whether it was medical malpractice, personal injury, or foreclosure, a real estate dispute, business disputes, you name it, a broad range of civil litigation between parties.
I don't know that I ever appeared before you. At least I can't recall that I ever darkened your courtroom. Maybe I did once. But what did you like about being a judge, and what didn't you like about being a judge?
We all love the law. I know you love the law as well. The difficult part of the law, perhaps, is the business side of it. Running a law firm or running a practice, you have to charge your clients. I know you'd like to just go in there and serve your clients and help them out, but there's a business component to it. As a judge, we don't have that business side of it. My goal was to help everybody out that came in front of me. If it was a criminal case, there's consequences of one's action, but after that, we got to figure out how to keep them from going back to prison. On a civil case, it's just a matter of trying to find a right resolution for both sides. As the law tells me we have to do. So love the law, love seeking a legal resolution for everybody.
The one aspect about being a judge that I personally would think is difficult is evaluating the credibility of someone that's testifying, evaluating the credibility of a witness, particularly in a divorce case, which I think are the saddest cases of all, because you're dealing with children a lot of times. And how do you, as a judge, evaluate that kind of testimony when it seems to me both parties may be, less than candid or shading things a bit? I don't know. I would have a hard time making those kind of decisions.
And then you got lawyers too.
And you can tell when lawyers are lying. So,
their lips are, you kind of saw the most difficult, most interesting part of what we do. And you just frankly do the best you can. People seem to believe that judges are all powerful. And we do make decisions. We do make very important decisions, particularly in the family cases. In a civil case, it's usually about money. It's important, but when you make a decision or when a jury makes a decision, it's done. But in a family case, it affects children and married couples and all of them for the rest of their lives. So they're critically important decisions. But what judges have is we don't make the law, we enforce it. The legislature tells us what the law is, the appellate courts and the legislature tells us what we consider and what we can't consider. And we put all the evidence together according to the law and make a legal decision. So we have an outline of where we're supposed to go. That being said, one of the most inaccurate types of testimony is eyewitness testimony. Now, I'm never going to assume that the folks are lying. But a perfect example is that an auto accident, 3 people can see that exact same auto accident, and you talk to them and you get 3 entirely different stories as to what happened, and they all believe they're telling the truth. We all have filters. We all take a few things we saw and conclude what happened based on it. So what you have to do is you have to hear what's being said, listen to the message. The message is more than the words being used. The message is what they are trying to tell you. And you put it together with the evidence. If you have evidence to support it, to document it, then that helps you make a decision. We have burdens of proof in every type of case. It's a heavier burden in a criminal case. And the purpose for that is we don't get to just decide what we want to happen. The parties have to prove it. So quite frankly, we do the best we can with the help of the lawyers. Brevard County, we've got a great good group of lawyers, so we do the best we can.
Well, you did a great job, and we appreciated your service. So, and on that positive note, we'll take a break now, and then I want to come and for the next segment talk about what Judge Dugan is doing now, something a little different.
Sounds good.
The law offices of Goldman, Monahan, Tucker, and Bettine is here to help you with your personal legal challenges, business needs, and real estate matters. Since 1984, we have assisted countless numbers of Florida individuals and businesses with their legal issues. From trusts and estates, wills, real estate, and civil or criminal litigation, we pride ourselves on maintaining lifelong client relationships and would appreciate the opportunity to assist you and your family as well. Please call 321-639-1320 for further information on the law offices of Goldman, Monahan, Tucker, and Bettine. I'm a non-attorney spokesman.
Sunshine Furniture brightens up your day.
At Sunshine Furniture, we've been the outdoor furniture experts for over 30 years and carry the largest selection of patio furniture, all made in America. Hundreds of styles, colors, and fabrics to choose from in outdoor wicker, aluminum, and recycled plastic from Lloyd Flanders, Hollywood, Berlin Gardens, O.W. Lee, Windward, Woodard, Telescope, and others, all made to withstand our Florida climate, in stock and ready for you to enjoy. Right now, we're having a spring sale on selected groups, and also all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. We also specialize in replacement cushions, umbrellas, beach chairs, outdoor rugs, and fire pits. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1, Vero Beach, next to Planet Fitness. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine.
Enjoy exciting live theater at Riverside. Don't miss David Mamet's Oleana, a two-character play that showcases the power dynamics between a college professor and one of his female students. Carol is struggling in John's class. He understands her frustrations and is willing to give her an A if she returns to his office a few more times. Carol files a harassment report, leaving John shocked. Is John a predator or is Carol mistaken? Don't miss David Mamet's Oleana, now through April 9th at Riverside Theater. Get tickets at riversidetheater.com.
Need an enlightening pick-me-up? Visit Kristen and Cindy at Skinergy to energize your skin and keep it looking fabulous forever. Kristen can help with hair removal, sugaring to keep your whole body smooth and conditioned. Kristen will help you refresh and defend your skin while giving you a customized facial. Cindy helps skinergize and get you camera ready for your everyday look or special occasion. Visit Kristen and Cindy at Skinergy. Find them on Facebook under the Skinergy Squad.
And we're back. I just wanted to clarify one thing. Judge Dugan was a judge from 1998 through the end of 2022. I think I might have misspoken. So my wife said to please clarify that, and I always want to be clear. So, David, what are you doing now? Tell us about your current endeavors. It's still loving the law, of course. Tell us about what you're doing, since you're no longer a judge.
Well, first of all, let me say it's very nice to see where the brains of the couple comes from, and
there was never any question
to have her correcting you. I'll leave it at that. And I have successfully learned that the only proper response to anything your spouse says is yes, dear.
Well, it took you a while, but I'm glad you've become enlightened.
I have become enlightened. I'm very fortunate. One thing that I have found very successful in my career as a judge was helping people resolve their disputes, whether it's criminal, but in particularly the circuit civil, the bigger civil disputes, causing the people to speak with each other, to evaluate their case, make a good business decision, and then resolve their case. we have a great procedure in the United States and in Florida in particular. And if you don't mind, I'll talk very quickly
Please.
about that system. Many places across the world, the executive, whether it's the president, the emperor, the whatever it is, passes the law, enforces the law, punishes, and makes the decisions. In the United States, while it's not perfect, I think we have the best system in the world. And that is where the legislature that we elect passes the law. The executive, the governor, the president, signs that law and is in charge of enforcing it through law enforcement, etc. And then the courts are the ones who take that law and apply it to individual cases. But where I'm going with that is our legal disputes ultimately are not decided by the governor, the president, not decided by the legislature, and quite frankly, in most cases are not decided by a judge. They're decided by a jury. Amazing system where the ultimate control of our entire legal system is in the hands of strangers, of jurors.
That aren't lawyers.
Yep. And as a judge, my role is a gatekeeper to make sure the evidence that comes in is legally proper evidence, tell the jury what the law is that the legislature has passed, and then the jury decides whether that law has been complied with or broken. The problem with that system, and it's not really a problem, but the difficulty with that system is there's a lot of unknown. When people get to a jury trial, whether it's a civil dispute or any other type of dispute, there's a lot of unknown. There's a lot of risk. And that's the downside of the system, which is a tremendous system. So what I tried to do as a judge, and what I'm continuing to try to do as a mediator, is help the people work through their dispute, analyze their risk, analyze their cost, listen to their message, where they're trying to get, and try to help the parties get together on their dispute. I don't care what kind of case it is. There's a lot of emotion involved, and you try to help work through that emotion through mediation and help them resolve the case. So that's what a mediator does.
Yeah, and I know that I believe all civil cases must be mediated before they go to trial. I think that's accurate. Mm-hmm. And I don't know the statistics. How many of those cases actually settle in some form or fashion? Do you happen to know? I think a lot of them, fortunately.
I don't frankly know the numbers of successful mediations. I'm still batting 100%. But it is a high percentage. Mediation has been around for a while, since COVID. With the backlog that COVID caused, there's been a re-emphasis on case resolution, on getting cases going, not letting them sit around. So I think there's almost a rebirth of mediation. And there's a lot of emphasis on it, and emphasis on case resolution. The judges have the mindset of actively managing their cases and helping resolve cases as well. So I would suspect the percentages are now pretty high.
I really like mediation. Again, I'm not a litigator, but I like mediation, looking at it from the outside, because I think it forces the parties to the litigation to hear something negative about their case and maybe wake them up that their case may not be as clear cut or as simple or as straightforward as they think, which is good because maybe they look at it a little more rationally. It's also, it makes them a little uncomfortable because they're not used to being around other lawyers, a mediator who may be a judge. And for the first time, they have to think about, well, you know, there's a point there. And if you can bring the parties closer, even if it doesn't settle today or at your mediation, maybe they think about it and we avoid having to go to trial where one side's going to win, one side's going to lose. At least both parties walk away with a little better feeling if they can settle.
Mediation is a very interesting process. Litigation is a very interesting process. It's interesting for the attorneys. It's interesting for the parties. But what is unique, the way I do every mediation, the first part of the mediation is I bring everybody in the room together and I have each side listen to the other side's summary of their case. Probably the first time that the clients and the attorneys have really had a good idea as to what they're facing. And so I can then, in private session, address that with the party. They know their case. They know their case well. They know how they've been wrong. They know what the issues are. But I need to cause them to see what's in the mind of the other side. Ultimately, perhaps what the jury's going to hear. But before that, they just need to see it through the eyes of the other party so that they can evaluate it better. And if I can cause them to have an open mind, it really helps settle it.
Well, that's, I think, the benefit of mediation, and it avoids having to go to trial. There's a winner, there's a loser. At least here, there's a settlement. And you know, as I say, both parties may be a little unhappy with the outcome, but it avoids more litigation, more stress. It's one of the few things that they are actually in control over. They're ordered to go to mediation, but they're not ordered and they're not required to resolve it. So it's probably the last time, first time and the last time, that the parties are actually in control of their case and what happens. After that, it's the judge, the attorneys, and the jury. But in that room, they're ordered to be there, but they're not ordered to settle. And if they don't settle, if they don't agree, they don't agree, and they certainly don't have to. But like I said, litigation is stressful for everybody, and they have the opportunity to hear and settle this dispute at that point. Well, thank you very much, David. And if there's an attorney that would like to use your services, give us the quick contact information if you could.
Dugan webpage, duganmediation.com. All the info and scheduling info is on there.
Thank you very much. We really thank you for all your years helping us in Brevard, and good luck with the mediation, and I'll be seeing you at Rotary.
Tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.